Hi, welcome back to 50 Shades of Blonde for our second segment with Katie Wechter. And so I'm going to try and control myself for this segment because, as you know, Katie is a wizard at social media and marketing, and she's helping me with my social media. And so we'll try to let you talk.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions.
No problem.
So tell us a little bit about you first before we get started.
Sure, yeah. So I'm a writer, so that's how I got started in everything that I do, is through a passion of writing. And as I kind of evolved in life and went to college, I figured out really what I was good at, and here we are today. And I am able to own a social media and content marketing company, which has done really well for its very first year in business. So I'm really proud to be there. So yeah, it's been a really exciting journey for me.
If you know, I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. When I started my business, I wanted nothing to do with social media. I didn't like it, wasn't interested, don't make me. But I know that it's important, right?
Yeah.
For that's the way people do business now. And so I went kicking and screaming, and still, you know, I'm just going to be real. So I hired Katie basically because I have no idea what I'm doing. And Instagram was a nightmare for me. And how in the world have you got me so many followers in such a short period of time on Instagram? I look at all these people and I'm like,
right.
Who are these people?
Right. Yeah. No, I think that your Instagram is fun, actually. So as soon as I started working with what you do and what you offer is excellent material on Instagram, and there's a whole community that's there that is just waiting to be fed motivation and encouragement and coaching and everything that you really offer, and it's just a matter of tapping into those people. So a big way that I've been able to do that for you is through hashtags. So I spent time, and every month I spend time developing and growing your what I call a hashtag block, which goes into your comment section, and that will spread your message to more people than what you're originally posting. And it'll do it in an organic way, but also in a way that looks classier, so you're not putting a bunch of hashtags in the post.
Yeah. Because sometimes people overdo that. They have like 30 hashtags and they don't write anything.
Right, and that's not the right way to do it. So there's techniques to the madness, but yeah, you know, to use the right hashtags for you has been really, really effective.
Yeah.
I have to tell you that she does your post so perfect, because every time I see it, I think it's you posting it, because it sounds like what Missy would post. You do an excellent job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, a big part of doing this job is being able to pick up on the messaging of the business or of the person that you're representing, and to make sure that you're always doing that in a quality way, because at the end of the day, it's their social media, it's their reputation, and then it falls back on yours as well.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I would agree with you with the hashtag thing, because I know when I go and I'll post something just on my own, and I've been noticing on purpose that when I go out and post something and I don't use any hashtags, I'll get like 3 or 4 people, right? You go out there with all the hashtag things and it's like, bam, I have all these, more people following, making comments, engagement. So use your hashtags, people.
Definitely.
It works.
It does. On Instagram especially.
Well, and for most of us, we all want to be on all of it. And that's one of the biggest things is, okay, I got to do Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever else is out there.
Right.
And you're going, oh my God, I can't do it all. I have 2 different things that I'm doing. Somebody's got a nonprofit and they also have a job and they're trying to do all this stuff. How do you possibly get it all out there?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. And it can feel overwhelming. As a business owner, you go out there and you have no idea what social media platforms you should be on, so you assume that you should be on them all. But truthfully, you don't actually have to be on all the social media platforms. You want to be on the ones that are best for your customers or for your audience. So obviously Facebook is, it would be one of the best, because Facebook is the king. Facebook has the most amount of users. But if you're trying to go for a younger demographic, Instagram is where you need to be. But at the same time, if you're an insurance agent, do you need to be on on Snapchat? No, I would not
No.
recommend that. But you should be on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn,
You should be
correct.
active on LinkedIn. So you want to pick and choose your platforms, and as you grow your business, it's a great idea to be on multiple platforms. I do recommend being active across, at least 3 or 4. But that's the key word, is to be active on those platforms, and then that's when it's really going to be effective.
And then also you need to, you have ways to go in, and if you do Instagram or something, it'll also post on other platforms so
Right.
that you're not having to go to each individual.
Yeah, and you can do that. On Instagram, it's excellent to share to Facebook because
Right.
they're both owned by Facebook.
Right.
However, I wouldn't recommend sharing your Instagram posts to Twitter through the Instagram platform
okay.
because it'll show up different on the Twitter platform. So there are ways,
Right.
obviously, to schedule out. But yeah, it's just about knowing what the best scheduling techniques are for you. So yeah.
I have a question about etiquette as
Sure.
far as Instagram. So when you have a bunch of people that are, like I see, that are following me and things, am I supposed to follow them back, or do I pick and choose, or how does that work?
Right, so that's a challenge. On Twitter, a lot of it is a game of, you follow me, I follow you back,
Right.
and it's very kind of cutthroat on the Twitter world. But on Instagram, you can be a little bit more relaxed with it. I do recommend that you do follow back a certain amount of your followers to show that you're engaging with them, you're interested in them as they are interested in you. However, you don't have to follow back every single person that follows you, especially if it's a person that that you're not going to find any interest in. If they started to follow you, that's wonderful, but if you're not interested in what they have to post, or if you don't necessarily want to see that kind of stuff, maybe you're not interested in cars, they're always posting cars, you don't have to torture yourself and follow those people. But I do recommend that you are engaged with your followers, and so when they comment on your post, and if they're liking your posts a lot, then yeah, maybe consider
Right.
a little follow back. But to do it with everyone, you don't have to worry about that. No.
Yeah, to the single guys on my Instagram that want to know, hey,
Right.
how you doing? I'm not
Exactly.
going to be following you.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
right.
And it's the same thing with Facebook.
Yeah, it
People are
is.
requesting to be friends on Facebook. I don't
No
know who
friends,
these people
yeah.
are. So, you can pick and choose who you really want. You don't have to accept everybody.
I'm pretty good about not accepting people. What about Pinterest? What's your thing on Pinterest?
So Pinterest is a great platform to be on, but it depends on your industry. So Pinterest is really female-driven, obviously picture-driven kind of business. Things that are fashion-driven, things about makeup, things that are maybe about home improvement. Things in certain areas perform really, really well on Pinterest. So it all depends on your industry as to whether or not you should be there. But if your industry isn't one of those top performing industries, then I don't recommend wasting your time as a business. Keep it as a personal account. Pinterest is fun on a personal level. As a business, you gotta throw a little bit of money into the platform to see some growth with
okay.
it, and that's with like promoting your pins, so to speak. Yeah. But yeah, so that's where I would be on Pinterest.
And then, so I have a question about writing. I know you're a writer. So are you available for hire if people want to have something put together as far as like verbiage for like flyers, events, even their website, things like that?
Yeah, so content is definitely something that I can do. Website content is something I specialize in that's SEO friendly. I can throw together content for emails, for flyers, and events, event pages, things like that. But I'm mostly hired for website content because that's where your bigger content comes into play. And websites need a lot more content than people realize when they're putting their websites together. But yeah, any sort of content is something that I can pick up on, and would be happy to help out anybody to go ahead and do. Yeah.
Do you help people with blogs?
I do, yeah. So I have a couple of blogging clients, and I think blogging is an excellent method of marketing. It's called content marketing, so it's something I do definitely specialize in. You want to make sure you're doing your SEO friendly kind of blogs, and so that's something that I can do, and I do love to create blogs. I'm hoping to make my own blog this year. So yeah, big goals ahead.
So how about a book? Is there a book in your future?
Absolutely, yeah. There's a book series in my future.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I'm planning out the first book now. I'm in school, so I got to get that research finished. But hopefully by the time I'm 30, I'll have the first manuscript written.
Awesome.
So I'm excited.
That's very
So
cool.
she has a goal of when she's 30.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, by the time I'm 30 to have that written so I can move forward. But yeah, whole book series.
That's very cool. So quickly tell everybody that's watching how they can get a hold of you.
Sure. So you can contact me on most of your social media platforms. Katie Wechter, Waechter, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then you can also give me an email, k.wechter710@gmail.com, and I'm happy to talk to anybody and give them any advice.
If you want to kick your Instagram in the rear, you need to hire her immediately.
Thanks.
Thank you, Katie, for joining us. I appreciate you
Thanks.
being here. And stay tuned for our third segment of 50 Shades of Blonde.